If you want to be shredded for summer, but also lift crazy ass weights, you found the exact video you've been searching for. Because I will teach you the 4 easy step method that got me to dipping 115 kilograms, doing a weighted pull-up with 70 kilograms, and also benching 140 kilograms with a competition technique. And all of this at the body fat percentage from 10 to 15%. I actually was on body fat percentage tests like a couple months ago, but I wasn't at my leanest back then. And it came in at around 12% body fat. So I can confidently say that I'm from 10 to 15% body fat all year around at just 16 years old. So the first step is actually a question that you need to ask yourself. It is, are you actually training for strength? Because not a lot of people actually know how to train for strength. That's why I'm going to quickly break down how a training session for strength looks like so you can compare your current workout to it. A strength-based workout first starts with your main movement. Because if you want to build strength, you want to build strength in a specific movement. Let's take, for example, the bench press because it's the most widely known. So a workout starts with the main movement of the bench press. And you do from 1 to max, literally max 6 reps. Most common is doing 3 sets of 3 or 3 sets of 5. This is the most common rep range for strength. So if you have this 3x3 or 3x5 at the beginning of your workout, it's looking really promising. And you are doing these with max intensity, RPE 10, 0 reps in reserve, or how do I call it? To failure. Then after you do your main movement, you do a little bit of a back off, which is the exact same main movement, so the bench press, but you decrease the weight and you do it for more reps with RPE 7, so with lighter intensity. And you do that for also around 2 to 3 sets. And then after that, you do support exercises, which are exercises that recruit the same muscles as your main movement, for example, the bench press, or they help with the movement. So for example, a support exercises that recruits the same muscles is the dumbbell bench press, or the incline bench press, or weighted dips, or weighted ring dips, whatever. And a exercise that is a support exercise but doesn't recruit the same muscles is, for example, arched body pull-ups. These are really good because it hits your middle back, which is the part of the back which is getting really squeezed and punished when you are doing the bench press. And then the last step, which you really know that you are training for strength, it is that you have overload and deload weeks, and you have weeks where you train higher RPEs and lower RPEs. So if you know exactly what I just said, you are on the correct path and you checked step 1. But if you are like, what the hell is this dude talking about? Support exercises, main movements, recruits the same muscles, RPE, what the hell? You really need to search into training for strength. And you can check out this video over here, which is my most popular video on my YouTube channel, which is how to outperform 99% of calisthenics athletes. But this is not only applied for calisthenics, but for general weightlifting for strength. And I break down exactly how to train for strength, so check that out. Now, number 2, when you are already training for strength, now it is about giving your body enough nutrients to build muscle and strength, obviously, but also limiting like your calorie intake, I would say, so you lose fat at the same time. And the number 1 diet hack that is first really simple to memorize, it is, in summary, that you need to eat the foods that are the ingredients on its own. I said this so many times in all of my YouTube videos, but it is that if you, for example, take meat, what is meat? Meat is an ingredient on its own. You take eggs. Eggs is an ingredient on its own. You take chips. What is in chips? There is potato. Yeah, that is an ingredient on its own. But you have all of these different things mixed together. All of these ingredients mixed together. If you have ingredients mixed together, that's bad. If you are not the one mixing them together. But if you want more detail into this, you should check out this video, which is how I stay lean all year around with just 2 simple hacks, and I don't count calories. Then also regarding your diet, you should go more on a low carb diet. This is really, really good because carbs is essentially what makes you bloated and fat. But if you eat more like meat, eggs, like avocados, the perfect, not perfect, but essentially my diet, it's really, really hard for your body to put on any amount of like fat. Because all of these foods that you are eating, I explained all of this in that video, are really bioavailable, and your body can break down the protein from the food really easily, so it immediately goes into your muscles and builds them. And also it can really easily extract the energy and the calories from it and use it as energy, so it doesn't store it as fat. But what is really, really important when you are on a low carbohydrate diet, that you eat carbs before and also after your workout. Because if you don't eat carbs after your workout, it's pretty hard for your body to actually use that protein when you are after a workout. You should do your own research, but if you don't want to do that, just trust me, I know what I'm talking about because I have 5 years of training experience. And also eating carbs before a workout increases your energy, so it makes you hit more PRs. Now, number 3. This is really, really underrated. Probably the most underrated thing out of all of weight loss and just keeping your muscle mass the same and also increasing it whilst losing fat. It is having an active lifestyle. The camera died, but let's continue. Because you don't even know how much calories you burn whilst having an active lifestyle. I do summer jobs, like right now it's summer, so I literally make money by doing that. So I'm literally getting paid to be outside 99% of the time, also shirtless, and also doing manual work, so sweating and burning excess calories, because I'm more of the person that likes to eat more, obviously healthy food, but rather would burn more calories than to eat less calories, if you know what I mean. And right now, when I'm locking in more on YouTube and I stopped doing summer jobs because YouTube and coaching, and in a little while also school, if you know what I mean, I'm going to be launching courses and stuff like that because I absolutely believe they will help you, but more on that in the future. I make sure to get around 5 to 10,000 steps per day. And also, when I can't get those 10,000 steps per day, I go on bicycle rides during the weekends. But not like a short 10-kilometer bicycle ride. I'm literally talking 60, 100-kilometer bicycle ride. That's really good for my legs because I used to skip legs, unfortunately, because I was a calisthenics athlete. But now my legs are way, way bigger. So make sure to get an active lifestyle because your body is going to thank you for that because it's really, really healthy. Now, the last one. And I saw probably the most progress with this one. It is increasing your testosterone. Testosterone optimization. Because the more testosterone you have, the easier you gain muscle and strength, and the harder it is to gain fat. Because in a study where they gave testosterone, like a steroid, to a group of people that were training hard, they also gave it to a group of people that didn't train hard and just sat at home all day, played video games and didn't have an active lifestyle even. And the third group that didn't take any kind of performance enhancing drug, and they measured how much fat and muscle they gained. Obviously the steroid abusing motherfuckers gained the most muscle and lost the most fat. But what is really, really interesting, really, really sad also, but something that you can learn from, is that the guys that were given testosterone gained more muscle and burned more fat than the group that trained hard in the span of a month. And when I heard this, I was absolutely shocked. And I actually agree with it, because the time I started really focusing on increasing my testosterone, my performance went up like I was on steroids. I started hitting PRs. I started feeling more aggressive to hit PRs. I was feeling also more motivated to train and work really, really hard on my YouTube channel and also on my fitness goals. So that's amazing. You will feel much, much better. But I don't have all the time in the world in this video to explain the autistic steps in detail, how to increase your testosterone. So you can subscribe to my YouTube channel because there is a full testosterone guide coming really, really soon. So I already mentioned that you should subscribe to my YouTube channel because I make educational videos like this one every third day, so you can stop being recommended all of this bullshit ass clickbait content and full raw information videos like this one. And if you want to see what I exactly do, how I train, basically everything, a view into my life, so you know that I'm not bullshitting on the internet and I just do what I say and what I teach, you can check out my Instagram. It is the link in the description, or you can just put "We Get Better" with dots replacing the spaces.